Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now Eddie Hearn has interestingly enough said that if things start getting in the way and governing bodies start trying to dictate mandatories and things like that, getting in the way of a Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, then they need to look out because they might vacate all of the belts and release themselves from that mandatory obligation. Now Tyson Fury isn't someone who has a mandatory currently, it's Anthony Joshua, but Tyson Fury does have a situation with Deontay Wilder. So there is still that situation where Tyson Fury could still have to fight Wilder. There is a situation where Anthony Joshua could still have to fight Oleksandr Usyk. Now in that situation, obviously the fight is going to be put off until later in 2021, which is risky because then there's another hurdle, there's another fight before they get to that point. I mean, we've been here before, so close, and there have been stumbling blocks when it was Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, so I think that there is more urgency this time around. Perhaps that is why Eddie Hearn is giving this ultimatum to the governing bodies. Now, the question would be, are they actually going to do it? I would say no. I don't think they're going to drop all of the belts to ensure that this fight happens, because I think that Anthony Joshua has worked so hard to gather all of those belts together to become unified champion. Eddie Hearn even said, after saying that they could drop all of the belts, that Anthony Joshua has always wanted to be undisputed champion. That is what he is working towards. He cannot do that if he relinquishes all of the belts. So that's not going to happen in my opinion, but there are so many sanctioning fees that they have to pay, and obviously mandatory obligations that could need step aside money. Apparently Usyk has demanded 7 figures to step aside. That is what Eddie Hearn is getting at. So there is then so much money being taken from the pot to ensure that the sanctioning fees are paid, and perhaps potential mandatory challenges are paid off, like Oleksandr Usyk. Now, is there a situation where Deontay Wilder needs to be paid off? There could quite possibly be, because Wilder still believes he can fight Tyson Fury, but apparently the contract is up. So there is still that situation going around. Wilder is still trying to get Tyson Fury back in the ring, even though he didn't take his opportunity when he had it. So you have to wonder why he's trying to do that. But again, maybe it is because he wants some step-aside money and a guarantee that he could potentially fight the winner of Undisputed. Maybe that's what he's looking into. But again, he's still going to have to fight either Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua, and he's had plenty of opportunities to make the Tyson Fury trilogy fight. He didn't do that. Now, of course, with relinquishing all of the belts, that then puts aside all of the issues they are having. I mean, aside from broadcasters and things like that, those are certain wrinkles that need to be straightened out. I would imagine that won't be too difficult, considering both teams have worked together on Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. Of course, this is a bigger fight, so there would have to be a dual promotion and a dual platform event. I guess that would be the only way that both parties would be happy to do that. It's been done before, so it can be done for AJ versus Fury. But that doesn't seem to be the problem. That doesn't seem to be the thing getting in the way of this fight happening. It seems to only be down to the governing bodies and their mandatories. And of course, you have to respect the WBO's decision to give their mandatory his opportunity, because it's something that they have promised. So the WBO do have to do that, unless Usyk himself decides he wants to step aside. Then, in that situation, Anthony Joshua can fight Tyson Fury. And Usyk's alright, he's going to get 7 figures to step aside and wait and go and fight someone else. So he's in a good position, essentially, because he gets that money, he still gets to go and fight an easier opponent. Then he can start building himself towards AJ or Fury. So all in all, I don't think that Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury are going to vacate. Tyson Fury doesn't really have any reason to. Anthony Joshua is the one who would have reason to vacate one of his world titles, but I don't expect that to happen. I don't think Anthony Joshua would want to lose a belt without fighting for it in the ring. So I don't think they'll vacate. I think that Usyk will probably get a handsome sum to step aside. Whether he wants to take that or not is up to him. I mean, it's a great idea. Why not take it? Because he's going to get that pay package, get another fight in the interim, and then he's still got that fight of being WBO mandatory down the line, so he's going to get even more money for doing that. So Usyk's in a pretty good position considering where he is at the moment. It's Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury who are trying to force through this undisputed fight. And I guess with regards to negotiations, that does put Oleksandr Usyk in a pretty strong position, because he is the biggest stumbling block preventing it from happening, aside from broadcasters and things like that. But as I said, I think that those things are easily sorted compared to something like this. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Do you believe that they will vacate all titles? Personally, I cannot see it, but make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.